more. They came prepared. They came with a game plan and they've executed. So I have to assume that on steps they've done something similar. But we'll see here in a moment. No hard feelings. Ali and Gold in the IS7s. VZ, double bat chat, STB. Pretty light lineup. While CatJAM going IS7, VZ, CS, bat chat, Super Conqueror, Kronwagen, one of each. You see them start to drive around. CatJAM on the defensive. No hard feelings on the attack. And yeah, double bat chat. Looks like we're going to see CatJAM do some sort of B2 or A4 defense. The Kron and the I7 are headed in that direction. You've seen tanks play over there. It's really hard to dig those tanks out. The CS going up in the bush line up top at A4. Well, I guess not A4. A2. Map's changed a little bit since I used to call those positions. Yeah, Nova here in his batch chat playing kind of a scout, but a scout with a bit of a bite. STB giving him some backup, and yeah, they're going to look to play north, but if they run into this, I don't think they're going to want to play it. What do you think of the STB? Now that they see the Kronwagen, Yaz already committed.
I think, well, you actually can't, like, I don't think even the Kronwagen can go hold down on the rails. It's just too steep right there. So it's not really that big a deal, but he is going to get these eyes. He needs to make sure he keeps on poking. I think the only time he can really... Oh, see, he lit that IS-7 way too late. He took his shot from Nova because of the way he's turning his turret. Oh, yeah. And here it comes.
Gold is going up and over. They're going to focus Honey Badger, and they do get some shots into Gold in return, but taking the shots for the IS-7 is what they want to do. But he goes down really, really fast. Yeah, and Supernova are now poking up and over.
Yeah, but Honey is going to get taken too.
Yeah, the Kron got his clip out. Yeah. They were a little bit behind on that, but the I-7 continues forward. And
somehow
the VZ Gold there just putting out so much damage so quickly.
Yeah, Demonic took a lot of damage too, by the way. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I did not actually see him taking damage.
Yeah, looks like he's going to get picked here. So it's going to be a 2-1 pick.
Because the VZ on the 5 line has shots. He's probably already dumped his shots into it. And down goes Demonic. The VZ on the 5 line getting the kill. The Super Conqueror could dump in on him, honestly. And
this is really weird by Bolt just going up that high. I would have stayed on the low ground.
Yeah, this is where I used to tell people when I was more educational in my stream. You don't actually have to touch them to do damage. You have a gun and it shoots from really far distance. You don't have to like get all the way up here. Now Nova's shooting him. He's just presenting himself. Now Waifu's just giving his butt to the entire enemy team.
If they both would have stayed
down the rails and shoot him,
they would have. They could have hugged the. They could have hugged the rails to where the STB had to overpoke to shoot them. And so they just take so much bleed to...
You don't have like a sword or an axe.
To kill an IS-7, dude.
You have guns. You have guns that shoot like hundreds of meters away pretty effectively.
But what are firing lines to a team like CatJAM? You know?
Sometimes you know, even the better players, sometimes they can have, you know, moments where they kind of forget that. And they just try to, you know, I always tell them, you don't have to touch them all the time. You just have to, you know, be able to shoot
Felix looking the wrong way and not picking up the STV here. Kind of weird.
Still, CatJAM's only down 1,000 HP, but they're down a gun. They're out of position. They're completely encircled.
I mean, he could have made it even when it comes to guns. Oh, he just dies. Waifu's just constantly going like, "Oh, got to turn around to help my team." And the STV is gonna pick him. The STV that should have been dead. Unfortunate.
Whew. And now it's just that Astra and very quick 3-0 lead. And I think also going to Himmelsdorf first. I think a morale thing. Them being able to get those quick, decisive wins. I mean, CatJAM looks demoralized right now. And
it's like
look good.
Yeah. This is their map, by the way. It's CatJAM's map, and they got their defenses got completely annihilated. So I'm wondering if they've played this before and they just, you know, Nova's just like, okay, so the way we counter their strat is we just go over. They bring a Kron down low and the IS-7s can't hit the broadside of a barn. They need to hug people to hit. So yeah, we just go.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I7s just go up and over, eat the shots from whatever they have in the south. It's fine
I feel
if one
like
of them dies. Most of you won't die.
I feel like CatJAM's lineup was like super standard though. I feel like we've even seen teams like Jack is AFK play exactly like that, right?
That's a their lineup didn't scream that they were doing anything in particular. They can do that southern defense, or that 2-line rails defense, or they can just play the 8-line, 9-line on the other side. They can do a bunch of things. Like they aren't like married to anything with their roster or with their tank picks. But with what they did, yeah, you're right. I think that Nova or No Hard Feelings in general just they may have kind of done the early eyes once they saw once he saw the Kronwagen going down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started moving the pieces. He's like,
Let's-
if they have him there,
Attila
CS is going to be up here.
Attila
and, yeah.
finally doing a good job. You know, he's not blading his
Farming from that
VZ. He does it
line,
really
man.
work. Yeah. Really good
4K
work.
damage and Nova right behind him, each of them getting a kill. Yeah, 3K damage, 2 kills. Sword getting out a clip and a kill. Ali getting out 1600 and a kill, being one of the spearheads. Gold still landing his one shot as he, Gold got to bite the bullet for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody's got to get shot on that push, and this time it was Gold.
Now every match going forward is match point in favor of NHF. So, what do you think? You think they win their defense on steps?
No. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't think CatJAM's on attack. Or you meant No Hard? I think No Hard Feelings. I think it ends here. Yeah. If it doesn't end here, doesn't mean that No Hard Feelings lose, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't end here. Like if there was any singular round with the previous 3 rounds going the way that they did, pretty much dominating victory from No Hard Feelings. Now they're on steps defense. Gosh, I mean, it's hard to assume they're not going to have a dominating defense here and just close it out and ensure their place in the second round robin. Tank picks have started. Nothing crazy. I really don't think that either team's lineups have been, there's always questions like, oh, maybe this is too light. You can always, nitpick, but both teams pretty standard. Nothing crazy. Nothing, no Badgers. Nothing, completely insane. But yeah, double Super Conqueror from No Hard Feelings. 1 IS-7, 1 Kronwagen, STB and a bat. They could still send the IS-7 Kron down into B1, but they don't have to, and I don't think they will, but we'll see, because that would mean Nova would go up high into A4, right? Do you feel like you need a tank at A4 or A2, Smiley, if you put like that Rails defense? Is it necessary?
Probably not. I think a lot of people do put stuff there because mainly if you don't put things there and the other team takes it for free, you can't flex out. So you get like stuck in this corner and it allows like a 1 cap, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like
gives you a lot of vision, I guess, but yeah, it's a tank really in a precarious spot.
Right, but the thing is, like, when I see an enemy team 1 cap, I mean, usually you just take the D lane, right? And you go, you try to clear south or whatever. Because I feel like teams aren't. Yeah, I feel like teams aren't. They don't spread enough. Like they definitely aren't going to be that spread. And then on top of that, like how many people are getting a cap? Maybe 1.
Yeah, you can't hold B1 and the 8 line at the same time. That's for sure. Look at that Astra up there in this VZ. Interesting spot for the VZ. I guess he's just kind of in the sniper spot while he waits as his team moves around. I wouldn't want to be in CatJAM's position right now. I have to think morale is low for them. They try to play their way out of this big hole.
You would think at this point in the league, they wouldn't have that problem. Their morale's always low. It actually is. It's actually.
Oh my god! I see what you did there, Smiley. But I mean, there's a lot of experienced players on both teams, and you don't always win, but still doesn't make it fun. That's for sure.
Gotta stop.
You don't like losing.
You gotta stop saying jokes so seriously. Okay, you gotta stop that, dude. It hurts. All right, I can't keep it together. It looks like they're actually starting to get aggressive here on their defense. No hard feelings, looking to
Getting a
end
little antsy.
this. Yeah, they're like, hey man, we're not gonna play this all the way out. No, no, no.
I don't have 8 minutes, man. Let's go
I
go.
got,
Nova has homework he has to do.
not only does Nova have homework, but he also has some nuggies in the oven. You know, they're gonna burn after this battle.
So they just looked like they cleared to have Attila go down there. Now they're reverting back, and it looks like the CatJAM started rotating towards the 8 line. And right now, it's just, it's been 2.5 minutes, and Steps is a big map, but they're going to have to start their push here in the next, 30 seconds to really get things going, because it's going to take a while to make this push, and they're going to have to push into double Super Conqueror, and those things on this map, just anchoring defensively in, kind of these several rows. You can see one set up at C8, another's at A8 as he's rotating into position. Probably going to sit at B8-9 right on that line. There's these trees and stuff.
It's not even the double soup. It's the fact that it's double soups and a cron and an STB. It's DPM on DPM on DPM on DPM.
And gun depression and turrets that just...
I almost feel like, I don't know. I guess you have to do a south push late, but I feel like a north late push wouldn't be that bad either. If you get eyes.
His first shot not connecting, getting a track, but second shot does connect. He's just trying to make his third, and third one gets a track. So not the best initial damage from but at least he didn't miss all 3.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna lose because the Kron didn't get a clip out.
Yeah, they're still in a fine position. You can see here comes the push.
I mean, they have to pick him.
Shot out.
Stored is gonna get so much damage here.
He just tries not to overpoke, getting his shots in the turret.
Look at him. He's already at 1,700 damage. He's about to do his own HP in damage.
STP DPM is no joke. Yeah.
Super Conqueror and them going for the
moment, but Desu gets the kill.
They're 2,000 up.
CatJAM's up. A tank, but down a lot of HP and positions, and now they're all committed.
And Nova
in here.
came in on Felix. Felix losing the Batchat fight. Well, it looks like Demonic goes to try to help. Looks like they're going to try to pick Stored next here. Bolt needs to start taking the hits for his boys.
And
oh, wow. Ollie actually choosing
Ollie's
to shoot
in a bad
Bolt.
spot. Ollie kind of drove up there, and I don't like it because that position I was pointing out at B8-9 kind of shuts all of this down so that all those tanks in the low ground have to push back up the other way. And now he just becomes another pick.
Well, Bolt
trying to shield so he doesn't get the kill, but that was a big... I felt like that was the... I want to get damage in before the game ends, but the game isn't necessarily over yet. Because that was just not a good spot to be caught in.
Oh my god, how did he get picked?
Why?
Where did XVM shots go? Did he not shoot? Like, who is he shooting at?
It looks like he's just now loaded. I don't know if he shot at someone else or what.
What was that? That should not have been...
This was not pretty. And no hard feelings, 2 to 3 in the guns. Nova's still loading his batch, just now getting loaded. Attila's going to go down here. They just made a very terrible throw. When they knew this is where it could be a call thing, but it's also a player thing, because we've talked about a lot as we get into the smaller formats. When you see all of the enemy tanks, you know where they are. You have to make the right decision, and whatever that was on the 9 line that we were focusing on was a big mistake. And they still were close to winning.
Right.
Sort of. But, that's just not good, because the whole time they pushed that, Ali didn't have shots on him, and then comes a pick. He could have had shots on him the whole time and not been a pick from a hold down.
Well, it looks like the Nuggies will be burnt by the time these two teams are over. And now what do we go to, map-wise? We go to Murrow.
Yup.
Wow.
No. Proc.
Oh, I'm blind. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, Proc. Murrow would be tiebreaker.
Yeah. I was looking at the previous team.
Hey, Ad Astra got out 4K damage almost.
Yeah.
Honey Badger 3,500.
He must have.
He had some one shots left alive.
He must have clipped somebody. So when we were focused on Ali, he must have clipped somebody else out, like maybe Gold, because there was 2 super conks. So I think maybe he was clipping out. He was probably clipping out Gold. But I was really confused on how... I was like, wait, how did Waifus did 0 damage?
And
What?
Stored, I mean, we were watching him, and he did basically all of that damage when we were watching him on the push in. Like, he got 1 or 2 more
Mm-hmm.
shots out after that, but, like, he became the pick, he became the
He became the
isolation, and then
pick.
there just wasn't any damage going out on the targets that
Well,
were
the weirdest
picking him.
part about Stored was, like, after I watched him get all that damage, I was like, okay, he's gonna hop over when they push. But instead, he just, like, looked at them and played their whole down. When he literally, all he had to do, 3 heavies are pushing around a corner. All he had to do was literally drive over a little hump. Yeah, he could have drove over a little hump, and not only that, he could have drove over and, like, helped Nova, right? And then he could have reset, got hold down on the offside, on the other side of the cap, and it's just GG, because now it's an STB behind Ali, right? And then Ali's not a pick anymore, because there's a STB behind Ali, and they have to overcommit to get shots on him. And then it's just, but yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, we may have been focusing too much on Ali, but there were other mistakes going on too.
I wasn't saying Ali made a mistake. I was saying, like,
Oh no, I mean,
I was just
when we were
pointing out,
watching him.
like, Stored needed to leave. I don't know why he
because he
stayed there.
sees them pushing, like he
Yeah.
can see them.
They're gonna keep
right
on pressing W,
Mhm.
and it's not hard to get away from them, because if they have to circle you, then the conks just get damage.